Hello, welcome to another episode of New Gameplay. Today, I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today, as always, by Leo Vader.
War is hell.
But it's also kind of fun, but we don't
It's
like to
kinda cool.
acknowledge that. And we're also joined today by the office historian and World War II geek, Dan Tack.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
Yes, it's good to be here.
It's good to have you here. Now, you reviewed this game
I sure did.
for us, but we cannot talk about the score. You will not talk about the score.
The score will be up later this evening.
Okay, it is a numeral between 1 and 10. We can go that far, or can you not even confirm that at this point?
I don't. You know what? I'm not supposed to say anything about the score.
All right, so this game might not even be scored.
We can't acknowledge our scoring system.
It might be off the radar as a 0 or an 11. Who knows?
It could be just beyond the scope of criticism as we know it and have traditionally incorporated it.
It may have changed the game, as we say.
So speaking of change the game, here you are looking at the world through your regular human eyes, no gun in sight. We're getting to know these characters.
At the very beginning of the game, so don't worry about spoilers too much.
Yeah.
This is we're on our way to Normandy, and we're just meeting our squad mates.
Yep.
They're pretty much cardboard cutouts.
Yep.
You got the college boy who wants to be a war photographer. You got Zussman's kind of he becomes your best friend more or less. He's your best buddy. He's like, you're friends with all your squad, but he's your boy.
Right.
You guys are saving each other all the time, right?
He's the cool one, it looks like.
Yeah, he's doing a little trick right now, and he's winning a locket from ALO. And
Well, that guy is from Brooklyn, probably, right?
yeah,
Laundry hanging between tenement buildings.
Here we go with that one again. Yeah, you got to have that, right?
Yes.
So classic squad World War II cardboard cutouts, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Archetypes.
The glasses one, for example.
Exactly.
He's the war photographer.
Yep.
He's the college boy who's like, I'm gonna go document this horrible conflict. Oh, here we got Pearson.
Yes.
The hard ass.
Josh Duhamel.
Yes.
It's always jarring to recognize celebrities and actors from these games. You're like, oh, it's that guy.
This is true. This is
Yeah.
true. I've noticed that. And there's always there's Call of Duty always has some big names in there, like Kit Harington or Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
But Spacey's big right now.
Or that guy who Jack Bauer would always hang out with on 24.
That guy, Jack Bauer, that's a good one.
Hey, it's him. There you are.
So here we are. We're going off to Normandy.
Right. And we missed it, but right beforehand, we heard a letter back home to, what's the guy's main
His
guy's
brother Paul.
name?
His brother Paul.
His brother Paul. He was saying,
Main character is Ronald Red Daniels.
all right.
And as you can see, visually, they did a lot with stuff here with classic World War II scenarios.
So we're starting off right with the invasion.
This game takes you from the invasion of Normandy to breaking into Germany.
To breaking into
You go
Germany.
all the way through the major course of the war, 44 to 45.
And it's kind of following a straight journey with these guys. It's not bouncing
Yes.
around a whole lot, or is it a little bit?
You are strictly with your crew. However,
However,
there are some. I'll also just say this: the coolest characters in the game are not your American squad.
okay.
The British SOE characters, like the
Yes.
Secret Service, the precursor to those guys are awesome. Vivian and Crowley, they are a blast, and I wish they were in the game more.
Okay.
Obviously, they can't be for historical accuracy, and then of course the French Resistance leader Rousseau is also a blast. They steal the show every time they're in the game, and their missions are the most fun.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that part. So now, when you were playing this,
Yes.
when you realized what was happening, you're like, oh, you're doing this again. Did you feel like,
So I think this was actually very well executed for a video game's take on this battle.
which we have done so many times before, in
we
Call of
have.
Duty games and other
Call of
World War
Duty's done
II.
it, and other war games have done it, and of course, many modern media pieces have done it.
Yes.
Probably the most iconic of the modern one, probably Saving Private Ryan. I think is probably
Absolutely.
the most, and I think they do a good job of capturing as best they can you in that scenario.
Okay.
Now the campaign certainly, I think it falls apart at other points, but they
Right.
do a great job at hitting World War II set pieces. As best you can in a video game medium, putting you in the center of things.
Right, that's his girl back home.
Yeah.
You're keeping score.
Seems like a long way off.
And this is I think they do a great job of portraying how this happened. Nobody knew when they got off those boats there was still going to be those emplacements there, just blowing everybody off. It's horrible.
Now, I know we're trying to avoid spoilers as best we can, but does that journal take a bullet during the course of the game?
I'd say the game.
Was that only for
has
Bibles?
the game has some archetypal cliches, but it doesn't go that far.
Really?
Yeah, don't worry about that. That's
supposed to be flattened, right?
All right, I would have written that in the game if I were in charge.
That
should
sounded
have.
really cool when
You
he
should
said
have.
it. I was kind of looking forward
Yeah.
to
to
be
it.
fair, there are some really cool missions in this campaign.
Yeah.
So just want to make that clear. But
Got a light?
Sure thing.
But overall, you weren't impressed.
With the campaign, no. There are other multiplayer and zombies though I was more impressed with.
Good boy.
Hey.
It begins.
Right. And like I said, I think they do a good job of. I mean, this looks really great for like a game in this.
Can you crouch? It seems like you should be crouching right now.
We will be
Dan Tack.
soon. We will be soon.
Because it looks like you are standing up.
We don't have agency yet.
Just a taller gentleman.
Pull off! No!
Oh boy.
You're taking us in! We must have drifted! I can't see the landmark!
You heard the lieutenant. Full speed.
Like I know this scene's been done a billion times, right? But I think it's really well executed here.
Yeah.
Hold tight!
Some of that's just like the graphical improvements games have taken over the years. Like
Yeah, without question.
200 yards! 20 seconds!
Yeah, you'll probably know before you watch this video if you want to see this scene again.
I mean, to be fair, I think it's a good opener. I mean, I thought about it. Like, what other battle do you open up a European theater with?
Yeah.
It makes complete sense. And they do. There are lots of missions. So this is just one piece.
Well, this is much better than starting off in a canvas tent and picking up a gun from a table, crouching underneath it, and oh Jesus! All right,
Cool.
Over the side!
Jeff, I don't know how we're gonna do our trademark funny banter over this scene.
Yeah, this, in that respect, I think the campaign is it's not a funny experience. In any way.
Right.
Like it's,
Keep moving!
But until your second playthrough when you unlock Donut Drake mode, and you can put on your goofy outfits.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh.
So we're gonna get over here and take some cover.
Take the Bangalore
right.
and get
Little
to
shout
the
out to God.
seawall.
And yeah, they have you starting off doing iconic activities in this. Right away, you're doing the Bangalores up against the thing. Like,
Daniels! This is what you trained for!
Yeah.
Now pick up that banger!
Yuck.
yeah, not a great grief.
You can do
Yeah, I mean,
this. Yes, sir!
it's pretty gross, but again,
yeah.
going for that accuracy, I think is important when you're doing this stuff.
Sure, yeah, it's
You,
definitely
you don't
better
want
than
you don't want your Snoop Dogg weed gun in the
Yeah.
middle of on Omaha Beach.
Which is always the weirdest thing about these games is that
Daniels, this way!
dichotomy between the campaign and the reverence with which they're treating the source material, and then also you've got zombies mode.
Right.
On the other hand, where
definitely
they-
not reverent to any material, but very campy, and especially in this one, like sort of an Indiana Jonesy Nazi occultism.
Yes.
Hurry before they
Right.
reload.
Now you're not.
Move it.
Yeah, I'm not
Regenerating health
Correct.
there.
I've got to get health packs to recover in this game,
All right.
which is different.
Yeah.
Very different, and it makes a difference later. And look at that.
All right.
I apparently have not played this segment.
I still respect you as a journalist.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This drives home how lethal this scenario was.
That does do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Funnily enough, though, I don't think I died at all while I was reviewing this during this moment.
Well, you're playing on the highest difficulty setting.
Oh yeah, this is a regular.
Okay, never mind.
And that is the highest one, right? Regular?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, will someone come eventually if you stay hidden long enough with a health pack? Or?
No, eventually you're going to unlock your squad. Your squad gives you ammo. Your squad gives you health pack.
Okay.
Your squad gives you grenades.
But for the time being, you're a SOL.
Correct. I don't have Zussman is the health pack guy. The guy who was doing the knife tricks.
Okay.
And he is the one who hooks you up with the healing.
Okay. You're doing really well.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
time I decided to actually look for cover.
Yep. Good job.
It's hard to play and talk sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely is. That's why I said I don't want to play.
After we reach, keep pushing
We're playing on PS4 Pro right now.
Are we playing on Pro?
Yeah.
I did not even know that.
What are you talking about? It's a completely different experience.
I'm getting the Bangalore going.
PS4 Pro. Get out
Here
and
we
buy
go.
it.
Now you do have little QTEs for stuff like this.
Okay.
As you can see, you got to move that in there and then hit the appropriate button.
Fire the hole.
They're not offensive in this game. Usually I hate QTEs, like violently opposed to them.
Yeah.
They're not like an oppressive element of this game, thankfully.
It seems like they're somewhat related to the activity you were doing.
They
too.
are.
Like you were lining something up, so
Is it
That's what
is
the
it
prompt was.
not offensive because there are not that many of them, or because they're more creative?
Because
like
there's not that
that
many of them. And a couple more, yeah, they're more creative and there's not too many of them, which is good.
Okay. Win-win.
Oh, trenches. And see here, right here, we can save that guy. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if I did it in time. I didn't, but that becomes a part of the game. You can heroically save people who are in trouble. You'll get extra points for that.
Do they give you stuff?
Yes.
Okay, good. If I don't get a reward,
No,
I'm not saving
You actually have
Sorry.
to like You actually have to like drag your people out of combat. Like you can actually drag down people into safety.
Wow.
So it's a big risk to yourself. But you'll get more that way, like for performing heroic actions.
Okay. And then what are you doing? Like, is there some like a progression system that carries over to any other aspect of the game?
No,
like,
the campaign is its own like unit.
Okay.
Is that guy still alive?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I got a first aid kit though, so I'm good. Except I'm not, because that guy was still alive apparently. Gotta go for those
waiting for you.
headshots.
Now he has a first aid kit.
But as you can see, I unlocked squad member Zussman over there. And as I play, his little bar is going to fill up, and when it fills up, I can ask him for a first aid kit.
Okay, cool.
So, like, he'll provide me with first aid kits over time. So
Okay, so it's over time. It's not like you have to kill so many Nazis. To
no,
fill
it
up.
does charge. It like charges it up by your activities. So like, it's not explicit like that. So
Okay.
it works on both factors, sort of like an Overwatch bar charging up, I guess.
Okay.
Oh.
And see, there's one right there. Like, yeah, I gotta have a. Yeah, I think
Is there a lot of collectibles in here?
There's a whole memento system. There are
Okay.
33 of them, I think, over the course of the game.
Is it like
that you can
postcards from
find.
home?
Yes.
That kind of thing?
I did not find many as I was going through because I wasn't really looking hard, but
Yeah.
they're out there.
Now, are they authentic or are they more like flavor of the time kind of thing?
They're
Do they...
they're authentic and flavor of the time, like
Okay.
you know, an old magazine or something that would have been.
Oh, okay.
What kind of grenades you working with down there?
I think I just had the standard infantry grenades at this point, but later on we can get more cool stuff.
Oh.
And of course, I actually like the Garand a lot as a gun. It's a great rifle, nice iron sights.
Yep.
Love that reload
Mid
sound.
to long range.
Yeah.
The classic iconic ping
Yep.
Yeah.
of the clip. The gas powered. It's a good weapon.
Yeah.
And then like again, they start off with all this iconic stuff, right? Like the Grand, Normandy. Like it's a good way to bring you right into the experience and the thing.
So does it go into some places that you've always kind of wanted as a big history buff?
We hit all the big notes, like
Yeah?
the big battles.
Okay.
Without too many spoilers. You know, you go through Paris, which is great. You go into Germany. In one of them, you know, you've always got that iconic town, right? The
Yes.
blown out town with the civilians in it.
Yeah.
And it does some interesting, if not particularly wonderful stuff with that. Like I knew there's going to be like some civilian interaction at that point, right?
Right.
Like you know that's a thing that's gonna happen.
Yes. Now,
And,
when we were on the cover trip for this,
We were.
and our prediction to ourselves, and I'll share that with you, the viewer, is that we thought your dad, he's a World War I veteran, correct?
He was a World War I hero, basically.
We assumed that you would go hunting with him at the very beginning. That was my assumption.
This
at
is the
least,
thing that
to learn how to use the weapons. But
This
we
is the
just
thing
suck.
this is the thing that happens.
It did not happen. It does happen.
It's not a thing
Uh-oh.
that very. Oh god.
Bold move.
Yeah. It worked, right? It is a thing that happens at a point in the game.
Okay,
There is a hunting scene.
For real. But it's just not the introduction. So
Right.
we're very smart.
There is a hunting flashback at one point.
Okay, and that was just a random guess that we had, but it just seemed like
We're
a
really
safe
good at
assumption.
guessing. We're really good at guessing.
Yeah.
God. I'm out of health packs.
Okay.
But see, Zussman has one. I can show this off.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Zussman, do your thing. Nice.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, and you're gonna as you unlock your squad, you get more stuff than that, like
Ammo, like you said.
ammo, grenades, highlighting enemy targets.
Ah.
There's a bunch of them, and of course, and an airstrike even is one of them.
Oh,
there.
good. Now the servers aren't live right now.
They are
but
not, which is why we're not showing multiplayer in zombies currently.
Multiplayer's fun though, right?
It is great.
Yeah?
Absolutely love it. The dialing things back. I know it sounds like a marketing line. The dialing things back to boots on the ground. It works very effectively. I liked the class-based divisions. Super fun. Like I really enjoyed getting into the mountain sniper and the expeditionary shotgun user with an incendiary bullets.
Yeah?
It's really fun. To sort of you still get customization with your loadout and everything, but you feel like a distinct class.
And that's health pack oriented as well?
No.
Oh,
Multiplayer is traditional. It does not have any of this squad-based health pack stuff.
Okay.
Also, it does not have Nazis. They're just
correct.
generic
Are you okay?
bad Germans.
Right. And you do play as the Germans in war mode
Okay.
as well, so you're not just playing Allied.
Because otherwise it'd be very strange if it was allies versus allies.
That would be really dumb, and I'm glad they didn't do that.
It'd be like them practicing.
But you do... War mode is a new mode, and it's sort of like front versus front objective-based,
Yes.
which is new, and
And we played that. It was very fun.
I do enjoy it, and there are several different maps. And again, I still think traditional multiplayer is where this game shines.
Yeah.
Now that we're back to no more jetpacks, no more power sliding, no more wall running. The guns are great. Like, it feels really crisp to get a headshot with the Garand, for instance.
So now, is it your best play to get that health pack from Zussman so the bar starts charging
Yes,
again?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
But I have to put myself in a position where I can get it. You got to be close enough.
Farm Zussman.
So he's basically like Roadhog. He's line of sight.
Right.
He can't throw it around a corner.
That's right. How the... I shot him like a...
Oh, jeez.
That was the boss.
That was not the boss.
Ubermensch.
Yeah, but anyway, I think it's a good look at the opening of the campaign because we got to clear like 5 bunkers before we move on. So
Okay.
Sure.
And you don't have any grenades, or you just like
I do.
hold
I have
on and
grenades.
you're very stingy with them?
I'm stingy with grenades,
Let's see it.
which is funny because like in multiplayer, I'm not stingy with grenades. I always throw them. But in single player, until I unlock the grenade man, I'm pretty stingy with
Yeah.
them.
And you made fun of me when we were on this cover story, but you can
Did
look
I?
on GameInformer.com. I wrote a feature all about the audio of the grenades.
I did make fun of you for that because it was really weird.
So it's just all about the audio, not of the grenade exploding, but all the various pings and how they recorded that.
Actually,
which,
yes.
if you're a weirdo like me, you might find some pleasure in reading that. So go to the site and read about
I
it.
actually found like, I think the sound team over there is fascinating. They do.
Oh yeah, they're my kind of weirdos.
I wish we could do. Yeah, they really are. Like they are super into sound and how they get those sounds. So like,
Yeah.
I think it's really cool how they did so much authentic stuff to get like, hey, we need a tank sound. Well, let's go find a World War II tank and get
There
the
you
actual
go.
sound.
That's probably the easiest way to do it when you think about it.
That's
In a way.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So anyway, Dan Tack, thanks for playing.
Hey,
and
thank you. It's
Leo
good to
will
be here.
edit those deaths to make it seem like they're actually
there were only like what 2 of
heroic
them?
successes.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
It's
I
not
can
bad.
live with that.
There were like 20, and we'll probably make it look like there was like 4.
Let's not do
All right,
that.
that's my Leo. And now we're kind of jumping over to the Nazi Zombies mode, specifically the prologue.
So this is the prologue, which is more of a single player experience, whereas actual Nazi Zombies is designed for 4-player co-op.
This is kind of to get your
This
feet
is sort of
under you.
Yeah, this is to wet your whistle, set up the plot. In which Udo Kier is this crazy Nazi doctor who's setting up the final Reich.
The final Reich.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the real World War II, you're saying.
No.
All right.
Okay.
So you play a member of a ragtag group of Nazi zombie hunters.
So these are actually like rare art and artifact collectors.
Oh, like that John Goodman movie, right? Or was it George Clooney? Who was it? There was that one movie about the.
Ocean's 11?
No, it's not that.
Men Who Stare at Goats.
There you go.
You know, I haven't seen that. And I don't think that movie was about that either.
Monuments Men.
Monuments Men. Yes.
I know what I did, but hold your applause.
So yeah, they're scrappy, but these aren't like some scrubs. These are like hardcore experts at acquisition, I would put it.
It's freaking Ving Rhames, right?
Ving Rhames, David Tennant, a lot of all-star.
Etc.
Yeah, I mean, including the bad guys also really well
We
done.
received
Yeah.
a dossier. Material smuggled out by a young Austrian scientist who's reconsidering his loyalties. In it, he provides the location of a hidden bunker, where Dr. Straub and Colonel Richter have been collecting some.
So this is sort of,
peculiar
as the campaign is more of a hardcore history,
Whatever they found,
very authentic.
It's being used to power some kind
This
of
is sort of Indiana Jones, crazy Nazi occultists, and
Yeah.
what could have happened there.
So drawing very loosely with a scrap or two of historical fact.
I mean, yeah. So historically, the Nazis were actually really big into the occult and had all kind of like
Right.
the resources they spent sending expeditions to various areas of the world looking for literal ancient artifacts is crazy and did happen.
Right.
So this has some very very low level semblance of reality.
Yes.
What the hell was that?
So yeah, I played quite a bit of zombies.
Yeah?
And I think it's fantastic. This is certainly more horror oriented than the tongue-in-cheek versions of the film noir kind of one we got two games ago, and the absolutely crazy 80s.
Right.
from the last one. This one is definitely more rooted in pure horror movie kind of thing.
It seems like it does a better job of kind of setting itself up too. I like the idea of having a prologue.
Yes, and
It
it's
kinda-
also, I gotta say, you know, I say this like every year. This
Yeah.
is the most accessible zombies.
Really?
Because you actually do like level up permanent things. Like you get perks that could change your character. Not in the game, like not after you find a piece of gum that you unlocked.
Right.
But like all the time. So you can go with a loadout like a medic, a support. These are like, medic is great. Like the zombies won't attack you. You can get your friends up. We're class based with more permanent progression.
So you're building up something over time.
Yeah,
Which is
you actually
fantastic.
feel like you're making momentum even if you get destroyed over and over, which you do in zombies, as you all know.
Yeah.
And does that happen independently of picking the character you're playing?
Your
from
character
before?
doesn't matter. Your class is You could pick any of the characters, like Ving or David or any of these other guys, and it doesn't matter who you pick. You can pick your class you can change your loadout. It's all up to you. There's lots of customization for zombies, so it's good stuff.
Cool. This is a zombie right here. Is that correct?
Well, that's not a zombie. That's actually a German soldier with this this crazy ectoplasm fluid,
which heals you,
which does all kinds of stuff and is used as the currency in this. But this is the prologue, so like this is a different experience than the core zombies game, but we're just setting things up and learning our controls more or less. I highly advise playing this before you jump into zombies.
Your teammates will appreciate it.
Yes. And here's the shovel, which is really great. A great weapon, and if you kill a guy with that, you get extra currency.
Yeah.
And extra resources. So you're going to want to learn how to do the neck chop.
Now,
they will drop extra ammo, again, as it says there. They'll drop extra goodies.
People watching at home can't see this, but Leo shot straight up into the air
My hat flew off.
in that jump scare.
Yeah, there are jump scares in the actual game too, so it's neat. It's a neat addition. You can sort of tell the visceral influence. The Dead Space chops.
Yes, that's the name of the studio, not an
Right.
overused.
I didn't want to
adjective.
say not visceral action or anything.
Right.
Do the jump scares change from run to run?
They are generally in the same place, so
that's too
they're
bad.
only good for a one shot.
Yeah.
But however, a lot of the other stuff is dynamic.
Right. Cool.
So. Where am I going? Okay, here we go.
Broken soldiers.
Yes, so it's teaching you, you save your
Yep.
currency to open doors. Of course, I'm always going to kill with this because it gives you more stuff.
Oh,
in this
buddy.
case. Sometimes you just don't have the time to do it, though, but when you're alone with a zombie, you always want to kill with that because you get lots more goodies.
Just pop that head right off.
All right.
If it ain't broke.
There you go.
No, you're going to want to get really good at doing that.
To unlock the arms cache. How efficient.
Resident Evil 4 type of house here. The architecture's reminding me of that first house.
Really? Okay.
We all remember that classic fireplace.
So yeah, this is kind of like a zombie light experience just to show you how it works.
Okay, so you're going to barricade windows.
I don't even know if it lets you do that in this. Nah.
Very light.
That's it. Yeah. It's just saying, hey, there's waves.
Uh-huh.
You kill the waves, you get currency, and then you use that currency to open doors.
Not bad.
And you're going to be assaulted from different angles, by them coming in, and you can buy guns from the wall like I did.
Yeah.
You're doing great so far.
I would hope that I could beat the prologue, yeah. The actual experience itself is very hard, but at the same time accessible. Like, even if you're bad, you can make it way more waves than in previous versions of zombies. The puzzles are crazy, though. In some cases, I think they may have been a little too hard.
So walk me through that. I know that when we were playing...
we got way further.
Yeah.
I got way further during the review process than we did in our little mission. But the puzzles later, man, like you've got to go all around the place to hit switches in certain orders.
Oh, boy.
It's rough. It's rough.
Is it rough but fun, or that just sounds rough?
For the most part, I think the puzzles are rough but fun. There are exceptions,
Okay.
which I think are not fun. But
Yeah.
zombies really rides on the puzzles, right? Like it's a huge part of the game.
Uh-huh.
You want hardcore players who are trying to figure out crazy secrets, and there are crazy secrets.
Yeah.
Like remember that big guy that we killed?
Yeah.
Or that we didn't kill?
Right,
when
right.
We played it for the cover story. So when you kill that guy, his head drops, right? And we spent forever trying to figure out what to do with the head. Turns out, spoilers, you can use that head and you like carry it, right?
Okay.
And then you take it to different paintings, and it works like an invisible ink detector on those paintings. Like you spray its holographic eyes on the paintings, and it reveals secrets. The secrets are crazy. This might be the most like secret intense zombie iteration. Yeah.
And I remember they were talking about a toy maker having a presence in this mode.
The toy maker is the brother of one of the characters. So her secret, ulterior motive for doing this mission is to rescue her brother.
Okay.
And he is a toy maker, and he's sort of behind all of some of the underpinnings.
Okay.
Behind creating this final Reich.
Okay.
With the evil Nazi doctor. Of course, he's not doing it. He's against his will.
Right.
Classic story.
Poor guy.
So he's building in the exhaust port, essentially.
Exactly right. Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
So we unlocked enough to open the door, so it's teaching us, hey, to get to the next area, you need to get enough money.
I hope the others made it. Oh God.
Are we pretty close to it?
Still alive. I'm coming,
All
brother.
right. Oh my God.
And that takes us to the town, which is, again, quick little prologue segment to help you get yourself into zombies.
Right. And if you're a big weirdo, could you continuously grind that prologue?
Man, you'd have to be some kind of psychopath.
All right. I'm on it.
You might as well just grind the regular game and probably be more value.
All right. Well, thanks for showing off the prologue and the campaign, Dan Tack. I appreciate it. Leo, thanks for hitting record and saying that stuff you said that we like to hear. And thank you for watching. Bye.
1944.
I'm all.
Wish you could see this, brother. We're
Wish you
invading
could
some
see
frog
this.
beach I'm not supposed to even know
Some
the name
Frog
of.
Beach, so real
Also, we can
authentic
take
there.
back France
Mhm.
from the Nazis.
Well,
the wagon's
that's
been
tractor
half the
works
battle.
in Texas, where we are from.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. The whole thing with his, like, his girlfriend and everything. I got my girl waiting back home.
Yep. She's pretty. She wears a white dress.
No, really, it's like, it's bad. It's not good.
Real Forrest Gump business.
Real
All right.
Forrest Gump.
All right, let's go.